What's going on YouTube? It's marvelous. I'm here to give my opinion today. Um, I wanted to talk about communication in a way. I know I've already done this topic twice already, but there was something more interesting I came across um, when I asked myself a few questions about, how to communicate effectively and how people can understand each other and stuff. And it was one particular way that I found in communicating that I found kind of flawed, and also how it affects me when I actually speak in that way. So let me just get down to what I'm talking about. I like to communicate rationally. I prefer to communicate rationally. Um, I noticed that anytime I try to speak with some emotion to it, that it kind of muddy up what it is I'm trying to convey. Um, it's almost, if not, if anything, it seems deceptive speaking like that because rather than telling the truth outright for what it is, you're either gonna inflate it, inflate the truth, or you're gonna kind of cut around the truth a little bit. You'll touch it, you go around it, but you're not gonna actually place it out there. It's like you are blurring what it is you're trying to communicate when you speak from that aspect, or simply you cannot find the words, the proper words, the true words to use to convey what it is. So you use an expression, you speak on what you don't really know, and you give your opinion in a way. And I just started finding that very interesting. And then I said, well, let's see how I can apply that to other things. I said, well, first off, let's just start with emotions. I always thought that, well, actually, I don't really think that I know this. Emotions do cloud your judgment. And I said, if it has that type of manner to do that to your judgment, what does it do for your communication? And that's how I arrived to this conclusion when it comes to when you speak emotionally. It's only clouding your communication and distracts from the actual basis of what it is you're trying to convey. And I know people are like, oh, don't you want to, feel something from when you talk and all this other thing like that. And honestly, if I'm being honest, not really. I mean, if you want to be moved or manipulated, that's all it is really. When you want to feel something when you communicate, you're basically opening up something to move you in a way, to manipulate you in a way. If you're a person, I mean, honestly, if you're a person that prefers to go by what you feel, then I guess someone talking to you um, in a way to make you feel good or some type of way, you know, basically say these little things, these little half truths, these little, even bluntly, lies. They're gonna basically tell you, and you would follow that more so than hearing what it is that is true. I've seen this actually play out on so many occasions now that I think about it, where you have a conversation with someone and they just seem to shut down, and you're like, why are you shutting down? Because what you're saying to them, they start to internalize that, and they take it like you're talking about them directly, and all you're doing is highlighting something specific that doesn't even have to include them. But for some reason, they're either checking out the tone of your language, or uh, they're taking in a whole lot of other information because they're allowing their imagination to run wild with what the information they're taking in, and they're taking other things in consideration other than what's just being told. And like I said, it's like it's really ineffective to talk to people like that when you just try to give them facts, truth, or something. they seem to go off on a tangent about how they feel because I think honestly because those who have this way of speaking emotionally, they they prefer to feel good in the conversation. You can ask them, "Do you want the truth or something?" And they say, "Of course I want the truth. I don't want to be lied to." But that's the thing. It's like I think it's more like they need to hear it, but they don't necessarily want to hear it. It's a weird thing. It's something it's like they put their wants before their needs for the most part. They want a lot of things to be told to them. Um, I can give an example of that. I believe people who have this tendency to want to hear the things they want to hear as long as it makes them feel good. I've seen plenty of different YouTubers on this space who I'm not going to name because it's just messy. I ain't trying to start no beef with nobody, but I've seen a particular gentleman who used to say little things to women all the time. Used to um, say things to women about men, you know, men being a certain way and that you deserve this and there's nothing wrong with what you're doing. Just keep doing you. These guys are X, Y, and Z, making them feel good, anything that absolves them of feeling bad about whatever it is that's going on in life. I'm just here to make you happy, which sounds good. I'm not going to tell you the truth to give you some peace because you don't want the truth anyway, because it's only going to make you feel bad. So some people out here are exploiting a lot of people based on how they feel because they know at the end of the day they can't control how they feel. They express themselves and they show themselves every day. So when you exploit yourself, when you express yourself, you're opening up to be exploited in one way or another. There's always going to be someone there who's willing to sell you some snake oil, snake charmers out there who know exactly what to say, to manipulate you. And then even when they get caught in the lie, somehow miraculously, it's like Hydra. You cut off one head, another head appears, and they still follow that same snake. And I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. Some will leave, some, but I've witnessed a bulk of majority still stick around, and I don't get it. Even when someone's caught blatantly in a lie, you still follow. I found that interesting. But as I was saying though, with communication, this is just my final take on this. I really do believe that when it comes to, because like I had to really think about it myself. I said, man, if I speak in a way that just I'm just there to not trying to offend or I'm trying to I'm actually taking their feelings in consideration before the truth, I'm just going to end up lying. It's just that simple. So if I do speak like that, I'm lying or I'm covering up something and it don't feel good. And I'm just gonna get to another topic. Like, just switch it up real quick. I was talking to some men the other day, and I said, bro, I can see why dudes lie to women a lot, bro. Like, it's crazy, but I can see why we do it. But and they said, well, we gotta keep them happy, blah blah blah. And I was just like, bro, but you don't feel that? You know what I'm saying? Like, they may be comfortable living in that or whatever, but I don't feel good about that. It destroys me every time I have to lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to have to lie for nothing because because I like, for example, like he told me, he's like, yo, what if you was having a conversation, or let's say you come home from work and you work and you bust your ass for so long, and then you get home and you just want to, eat your food, go to sleep, relax, whatever, and then you get home and then your girl want to talk to you about her day, and it's about to be some bullshit, and you don't really want to hear it, but you have to take a feelings into consideration, and you're gonna listen, right? Now the truth is you don't want to listen, but you're gonna lie to her and say, "Sure, babe, tell me how your day was," and you're suffering because you lied. she's gonna be okay because she's blissfully, expressing herself, telling you how her day was, if it was something bad or something. But you're not really trying to hear it. It's just like you could tell your other friends, like, yo, I'm just not in the mood right now. And we'll take it just like that. Even if they come to us, you'd be like, yo, this ain't the day, ain't time for it. And we just like, oh, cool, I understand. We move on. But for them, nah, because then they're gonna start asking questions. What's wrong with you? Blah blah. And it's just like, yo, I just had a long day at work. I just want to just chill. Now some women can take that and be like, cool. But others, like I said, they're gonna poke and pry, and then some of them want to feel like, well, why don't you want to listen to me? I had a bad day too, about X, Y, and Z. So, like I said, there's sometimes some guys, and I was just telling them, I said, bro, anytime we lie to them just to keep them happy, whatever we say just to keep them happy, it destroys us. We destroy ourselves trying to keep up this false bullshit. And I think that's another reason why it's like, I don't know, things be happening in relationships. And I think that's one of those things that's going to destroy a relationship. We said, well, we told the truth is going to destroy a relationship. No, her being delusional in the first place before she got married is what's going to destroy a relationship. That's just my opinion. But that's what I gotta say, man. I'll try to make some more content later. Um, I still have to expand on the topic on technology, but this is all I got to say with that, guys. Peace and love. Take care. I'm out.